In Bayahibe, there are several large and small pools of water formed by natural springs. In fact, historians do believe that there's a high probability that the name Bayahibe is somehow related to the springs in the native pre-Columbian Taino language. They call the springs Manantials in Spanish, and you can't enter some of them, but you can admire the turtles and wildlife in them. But there are two in particular that are excellent for jumping into on a hot day for their refreshing, cool, clear water. They're only about 20 metres apart, in fact. The smaller one's called La Cueva, the cave, and the larger one is called La Botea. And La Botea is situated behind mini supermarket El Clasico, as you can see here. You just go down the street next to it and voila. Being spring water, it's cooler and more refreshing than the sea. There's plenty of big fish in these pools, and they'll go and hide at the opposite end or under rocks if people enter. Some people do dive in, but we would advise against it for safety. Dive in at your own risk because you have to be very accurate. These spots seem to be where locals go as opposed to tourists and foreigners. In fact, I've not seen any other tourists or foreigners at each of these manantials. One thing worth confirming here is that there is no charge to use the springs. It's free. Everybody in the community comes and uses them whenever they like. There's no charge at all to use the springs. As you can see, the water is just sublime. It's crystal clear and it's running fresh all the time, so it keeps very clean. Sometimes there is a bit of an issue with litter, but if you invest about 1 minute just clearing litter up from the water especially, you can have a much more enjoyable time. It's well worth taking a minute just to pick out a few things that have been dropped in the water. And do expect the water to be that little bit cooler than the sea, but just think of it as refreshing. So what we're seeing here is Manantial La Botea, Spring La Botea. In a moment we're going to look at La Cueva in more detail. Here we enter La Cueva, the smaller of the two excellent pools for swimming in and chilling in, from the road where there's plenty of space usually to park here. But in any case, as you can see in the videos here, there's ample space behind both of the springs. There's a huge parking area behind them which will almost never fill up completely because it's so big. And this is usually the quieter pool with less people in, and sometimes you can get it all to yourself when the larger one, La Botea, is full of people. However, it's a smaller pool, so it's the pluses and minuses. Yo. Now, in a moment, we're going to walk from La Cueva to La Botea, the fastest route, which is kind of behind all the houses in the parking lot, and it only takes you a minute or so to get there. Thanks for watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel not to miss more about Bayahibe and Dominicus.